Hello, JCI USA. I am Miranda Williams, your 2020 National Vice President over Communications. Super excited to have you all join me tonight here on our first Leadership Live. We have had a lot of excitement built up over this, and it's great to see this. This is new to me, so we are just going to kind of make sure it all goes well. And then, so we do want to let y'all know that there is about a 20-second delay for some of you that are watching on mobile with comments. So if I'm back and forth between not answering you super quickly, it's because of the delay. We have a great lineup tonight. We're going to start with President Tricia or past President Tricia, I'm sorry. She is now the immediate past president. She'll join us tonight kind of talking about her successes for 2019 and maybe give us a little bit of leadership advice for 2020. And then we will have Trey come and join us. And then we're actually going to invite President Gwen, who is actually at her year-end meeting getting sworn in this weekend. So we're going to have a quick meeting with her, but y'all saw where she did the Australia fundraiser where she's helping with that. So she wants to come on and talk a little bit about that. So we're going to hear about how they're helping Australia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite, I'm going to invite Trey, our MVP, on now. Let's see. Hey, Ross, I'm so glad you made it. Okay, so Trey is coming. He'll be here in a few minutes. Technology at the greatest. Trey will be here in just a minute. How's everybody enjoying 2020 so far? We are 9 days in. Hello, Bill. How are you? Hey, Krista. How are you? Sorry if y'all hear me typing. They have messages on the other side. And there's past President Amy. She has also joined us. And Jeremy from South Carolina has joined us. We're trying to get Trey on here, Jeremy, but Trey's having technical difficulties. And there's President Christie from Nebraska. Hey, and we have Michigan in the house. I have to figure out how to mute these sounds over here so you don't hear my Facebook constantly dinging. And there is my chapter president, Bethany. She's joined us, and Amanda from Iowa. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Jeremy? All right. Matthew Duffy, 2020 is already crazy in my home state of Minnesota. Minnesota is my state this year. I'm over them. Was super excited. Oh, there's Nate and Joshua. Did I miss Jennifer Smith coming on? Did I miss Jennifer Smith coming on here? A long-time JC member and still in the JCs as a Virginia JC's life member. Oh, that's where Ebony is. I met Ebony in Texas this past year and absolutely adore her. She is the state president this year. She's amazing. She's going to do good things for Virginia. All right, so what I'll do, since Trey can't seem to get his act together, we'll go ahead and invite IPP Tricia on here. Oh, there is Jennifer. She is here. I look forward to meeting you too, Matthew. Hey, MVP Anna. I'm so glad you were on here and can join us. I look forward to having a leadership live with you in a couple of weeks. We did figure out technical difficulties. I did have to come back to my work office to do this, though, you guys. This is dedication for the JCs. We have a lot of exciting events going on. Right now, we've got our national president, Justin. He is traveling to Hawaii. So I'm kind of jealous about that. Hey, MVP Margot. He's traveling to Hawaii. I hear the weather's terrible there, though, you know. And then we've got MVP Danielle. She's traveling to Texas this week. So we've got a lot of national team that are ready to travel, ready to work for you. You just need to put in your request and get us requested out there, and we'll be ready to come. See how we can help y'all and help your states. All right. Well, Trey, join it on your phone. All right, he's just going to sit here and make me do this by myself. Thanks, Trey. You know, everybody came here just to see you. Do I need to, let's see, maybe I can I click you from here? Oh, see, he is talking at least. There's JCI Michigan. Y'all, I did a challenge with JCI Michigan that I would do a hot sauce challenge. That was the worst idea I have ever made in my entire life. There he is, the man everybody's waiting to see.
I should have just used my phone from the start.
Yeah, probably. All right. Yep. President Jennifer, you do have Trey coming. I may show up. It may be in Photoshop, but I may show up.
Yeah, you're a world traveler with that Photoshop.
That is true. You never know where I'll wind up.
All right. I'm going to keep working on this computer thing, though.
All right. So we have Trey, the man of the hour. He is our MVP over member relations.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we have Pennsylvania has joined us now. All right. So let me get Trisha and see if I can get her the link real quick. Get her on here. There's Gwen. We can go ahead and talk to Gwen since she's here. How about that?
Do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have Gwen. Hey, hello. President Gwen. President Gwen from Minnesota. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. We're glad you were able to join us. I know it was super short notice.
That's okay.
But you have a big weekend, too.
Yep. We're in JCI, Minnesota. We're celebrating our year-end convention in Bloomington. And so I'm really excited to celebrate 2019 and then usher in 2020. So it'll be a really good weekend for us.
Wow, that's amazing. And this is your weekend to get installed in as their chapter president.
State
president. Sorry.
One of those, a president.
Kind of a big deal, you know.
Yeah, it's really exciting. My parents are coming, so that's super exciting for me to have them to kind of see what we do and meet the people I've talked about. And so I'm really excited to celebrate with my JCI family and really start to lead us courageously this next year.
Good. That's so great to hear. Yeah, y'all have gotten off to an amazing start. You started off, well, we all have been watching Australia and seeing the devastation that they've had. And we all know that there's the line in the creed that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nations. And y'all really took that line of the creed and you ran with it, and you've done amazing things, and you've made just leaps and bounds. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. Well, it actually started with one member. And this member, really, her heart went out to JCI Australia and Australia in general, and the hardship that they're really suffering there. And so this one member, her name is Kelsey Bowler, who's been a member just a little over a year, had this passion on our heart, really wanted to connect people, JCI Minnesota as well as non-JCI people, to what was happening in Australia. So she saw JCI Australia's Facebook page and their post to help by donations. So she sent that link to the news stations here in Minnesota, and the news stations picked it up. And then she called me and asked me, kind of like this, to come and do an interview with the news stations. And so I was really touched by JCI Australia, by their effort and their passion to make an impact on their country when they're facing such hardship. Leadership really starts in the midst of hardship and struggle. And to watch them step up this way has been amazing. And then to be able to help and advocate for them here in Minnesota has also been amazing. And so it's really been great. And, they, like you said, the Brotherhood of Man transcends the sovereignty of nations. And in JCI, we are the leading global network of active citizens. And I think we forget that sometimes, that we are a global organization. And so it's been really great to be able to advocate and support our family in Australia. And so I really feel like their family. It's been great talking with them. And President Kieran is amazing. And so that's how it started, and that's how it's going so far.
Great. Thank you for everything, and thank you for giving us 5 minutes of your time. I know that you want to run because you have the Senate party and you have a lot of things that you have to do, and you have to go be very important now. But thank you for showing the members of JCI USA a little bit about the state of Minnesota and a little bit about the way we can help impact, and a little bit about Australia.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So now we have, and we have had TJ Dalton join us. Okay, let me see if IPB Tricia is ready. Are you watching the comments, Trey?
No, I'm trying to still figure out my laptop so I can.
Are you still on your cell phone?
Yes. I don't know what's going on.
Need to do a JC project to get Trey a new laptop.
It's a new laptop.
We need laptop 101 for Trey. It's a new ID project. Here we go. Now we have President IPB Tricia.
Hello.
There she is.
I couldn't get my laptop to work, so I'm using my phone.
Well, apparently it's you and Trey.
ID project for both.
That's
hey,
right.
I had to come back to work to do it, so let's be real.
Gotcha. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going well. We figured this out. This is our very first Leadership Live of the year, and it's been an adventure trying to get here, but we made it, and we're here, and so yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to be on. It's going to be a great year here in 2020. I got some great new leaders, so I'm excited.
I think so. So, well, let's talk about some of your successes in 2019. You traveled a lot, and I have been wanting to know the mileage. Have you? You still have not calculated the mileage?
No, you have to wait.
Oh,
I'll announce it on the cruise.
you're killing me. It has to, even President Crispin from Canada has announced his, and I know it has to be either equal or just as much, or maybe even more. He traveled a lot too. He traveled a whole lot. And I know he's watching, and kudos to you as national presidents, because y'all put in some miles last year.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people from all across the world, so that was really good. And we hung out and met people, did a lot of trainings. The most important thing I think that I did was getting out to meet the members across the United States and just helping them to teach them this is what a membership booth is, and this is how you run a membership booth, and asking people. You don't get an answer if you don't ask. You got to at least ask a member to join. So that was probably the best thing, is just getting out to meet the actual members and help work projects, because we all love going in, but we don't like to be bored when we go. So the best thing is to put us to work when we go.
Right. And I do love that y'all really set a bar, because your whole team last year traveled a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
you traveled a whole lot, but your whole team traveled a lot. So it really showed the membership that the national team is here for them and that we're willing to travel for them no matter what. So we'll come work a membership booth, or we will come to a big giant event. It doesn't really matter. No event is too small or too big for us. We'll come.
Right. And that's what I like, is the events is where we can come and help people and do things. Like conventions are great and we can do trainings there, but if you guys just think outside the box of what we can do. I know like MVP Ross last year did a whole Wyoming trip and visited almost all of the chapters, I believe, or met all the chapters or something like that. And he did had a great time meeting the members there and doing meetings. So like just doing things like that. So all the state presidents, make sure you guys think outside the box when you do your requests this year to get people in to work and help you. That's what we're here for.
Right. And like I said, we already have the team members that are out traveling this week even, and we're 9 days in. So we're here to travel and we're ready to travel. So.
Right.
And
yeah. So
even Trey, he travels in a couple of weeks too, or next week, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm heading out to where it all started in Missouri.
Right.
Go Cardinals.
Okay, go for it. I'm going to go to a Cardinals game. I can tell you that. I will be.
All right.
So, Tricia, do you have any advice for us, even local chapter members, maybe? I know you gave some great advice in some of the groups that we're in together, but do you have any advice for just a local member that's new to the organization?
Yes. I have given lots of advice. The first thing is ask questions. If you don't know something, you'll never know if you don't ask, and don't be afraid to ask, and feel free to message me anytime. I will help you. But for older members, remember when like you joined and everything you didn't know. So think about that with the new members. So they do not know everything, and invite them out. If you have to text them or call them, like for instance, this morning, I got an email from a marketing person at a credit union saying this employee needs to join the JCs. She's interested and wants to join. And I messaged her and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, it is for my local chapter. And I'm like, we're having a barbecue next Saturday. Feel free to come out and help. Or if you want to meet up for coffee or something, we can sit down and get what your interests are and everything like that. So I'm going to ask her what her interests are, what intrigues her and everything of what to make a difference in the community. So don't be afraid as a new member to speak up of what you want, because JCs can raise money for anything. We're not limited to just one thing. So if you have an interest or desire, we can help and do a project for that. And older members, it's always good to ask those new members, what is their desire and what do they want to do? So that's always a good thing that I try to always kind of remember in the back of my head, is what it was like to be a new member and to welcome them, to get them involved. So
that's really good advice, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And for like presidents and such, like it's 365 days. That's it. Like 1 year to lead and you're done. So, I mean, and 52 weekends, and it flies by really quick. Like I remember when I was local president and I'm like, I'm done already. Oh my God. So, I mean, and get your projects planned and do your CLC and stick to your plan, and then reevaluate that with your board and just look at it and be like, okay, I wanted to do this project. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, for instance, well, like today I'm wearing red because it's blood donor month, and that's what we're wearing red for at the bank. And blood donation drives are always a good project, and it's free and works out really good. And so you might have medical people that want to do a project like that. So just make sure you guys stick to your plans and your projects and sit down and just reevaluate them. And if you need help, like there's plenty of people on the national team that are there to help you sit down and go over those plans to help. So.
Yep. That's what we're here for sure.
Yeah. So, and then trying to think, there's so much you can do. Reach out to your members, call them, text them. It might sound annoying after a while, but I just always text members just to keep on top of them and invite them to the meeting and remind them of the meeting. I told one of the presidents last week she needed to text her members. She's like, why do I need to text them? I have a Facebook group. I said, but text them individually. And she's like, people were thanking me for the reminder. I'm like, yep. Like, that's what they need sometimes. So that's always a good thing as well. So, but yeah, that's just some good pointers. I don't know, Trey, you got any good pointers?
Well, I was going to follow up on the one you said before about asking questions. I mean, as a GM for a restaurant, like I tell people all the time when I'm training, I'm like, don't hesitate to ask questions because there aren't any stupid questions. The only stupid questions are the ones you don't ask. So, we're here. I mean, we've probably dealt with some of it, and if we haven't, then we will get the answers for you. I mean, that's what, we're here to support you no matter what, because we've done it, and we even have a T-shirt.
Exactly. So, but yeah, Miranda, what's your advice?
Seriously, my advice, and it took me a long time for it to really hit, but Anthony Coletti, I posted this on my personal Facebook for New Year's Eve. It was the biggest impact words of 2019 for me. He told me as I was running for MVP, it was a contested election, and I was super crazy obsessed and run around scared, nervous because I wanted this, and I was terrified I couldn't do it and all of this. But he was like, just ask. And those two words have completely resonated with me. And just asking, I mean, it goes back to exactly what you said, just asking them to join. Because, I mean, he went into this beautiful story about had he not just asked his wife to marry him, Joanna would have never married him. And, had somebody not just asked him to join the JCs, he wouldn't have joined. Had somebody not just asked me, I wouldn't have joined. And so, yeah, there was the just ask, just asking for help, just asking, can you do this, or will you do this, or will you join? The just asking is the biggest thing, because nobody can tell. I mean, the worst they can do is tell you no.
Right. Exactly.
So if I could add one more thing, I would definitely say enjoy it. I mean, it's one of the most amazing experiences of my life being state president in 2018, and I would not trade it for the world. I would even go back and do it again. I know a lot of people wouldn't say that, but I mean, I honestly would go back and do it again. Not to say to relive my years in 2018, but I mean, if I needed to do it again in 21 or 22, like, wait, hold on, I think I'll be aged out by then. But I would do it because it was an amazing experience. I got to travel across the state of South Carolina, seeing all the amazing things that our members were doing within the community, the leaders we were developing in the state. And like I said, then I get to travel and see other states. And, it's just an amazing experience. So enjoy it and remember to breathe.
Yeah.
Because things can get crazy, but it'll be one of the best years of your life. No matter what you're doing, just, step up into those and be a leader and ask for help when you need it.
Yeah,
that's right. I mean, I would do state president over again too. It was an amazing year. I traveled 50 out of the 52 weekends, traveling the state of Illinois. And I had you got to have your support system. Use your support system. That's another thing. Use your board. Don't just do it yourself. You've got to delegate. And I had great VPs. I had Will Henshaw, Vanessa Birchler, and Joe Rick. They did some amazing work for me. So they did a great job. Without those guys, I would have never had my success. So they did great. And have fun. You got to have fun. If you're not having fun, people join people. And if they're not having fun, people won't join. So
you're not doing it right. If you ain't having fun, you ain't doing it right.
That's all right.
Definitely getting out there, making those friendships and those connections. I mean, the one thing I can say about my state president, I had an amazing state president's year. I wouldn't go back and do it like you crazies, but I traveled and I even came up to Illinois that year. And I will say that still is the best trip that I ever took as far as events go. Because we did like 9 events in one day. Was super exhausting, but it was amazing. But yeah, just having that network of people that I can call me like, hey, I'm bored this weekend. Can I come over? I mean, I did it 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Yeah, we always invite everybody in Illinois. But yeah, I mean, we can hit you in Southern Illinois. You can hit a lot of events in a weekend. You can do that in Northern Illinois some weekends. Yeah, but there's always events like 4th of July. We did a good run this year. We did Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, and then some people dipped up to Michigan for a night. So that was a good trip too. And like you can do them all the time and just find out and talk to your friends, and you can stay busy all the time running to events.
Yep.
And having fun.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, that's the biggest highlight is making the friendships, making the connections, making those lifelong friendships.
Yep. Speaking of that, is everybody registered for the national convention coming up in April?
What? There's a national convention?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really not excited because I'm scared of a cruise, but I am excited because it's my first cruise. And if I have to go on a cruise, I wouldn't rather be with anybody else but the JCs.
Nice save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went on the cruise last time, and we had a lot of fun on it, and the trainings all worked out well. You have your training rooms on the ship, so I know that President Justin's working on that, getting trainings lined up and everything, and we'll have all the awards for 2019, so that's exciting. So we'll spend a day in the Bahamas, so start doing your research of what you're going to do in the Bahamas when you're there. But yeah, it should be a really good time on the ship, and be a lot of networking where you get to meet a lot of members there. We're going to have armbands or something for all the JCs, so everybody knows who the JC is on the ship, because obviously we can't fill a whole cruise ship. That'd be amazing if we could, but so everybody that's registered will have some kind of armband for that, so they know, who they are. So when you're sitting at the pool deck, you can say, I don't know who that fellow is, and all of a sudden there's Trey. You meet Trey.
Or it also works out that those who aren't wearing armbands are the ones we know who we have to go recruit.
There you go. Extensions and recruiting. Good job, Trey.
2.0.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we do have the awards coming up, and the awards portal should be open soon. We'll be releasing information on that. We've got the manual coming out soon and everything. So
yep, I sent an email on that. We approved that last night, and then just need a couple adjustments. I got with PM Lisa to get those done. So hopefully she gets that wrapped up by this weekend, and we can get it rolled out.
Yeah, so that'll be great.
Yeah, and Conference of Americas is in Panama coming up in May. If anybody wants to do an international event, that would be a really good international event.
And we do have an on-to package for that.
We do. Yeah. Yep. It just rolled out. So IED Dawn, she will be that. And I think Rhonda Anderson is the chair for on-to this year. So you could reach out to the wonderful Rhonda, and she'll get you hooked up with that. So, yeah. And then this October, we'll have St. Louis for our 100th anniversary. We're celebrating 100 years this year. So
100. So much fun. And we love going to St. Louis. It's an easy trip for everybody. It's kind of centralized. We always have a huge turnout.
It's really far for me, but
yeah, it's so far for you. And we'll have Toya there. Toya will be there too. So everybody gets excited about Toya.
Yeah, so people start thinking around your state for people under 40. That would be a great Toya recipient. We love applications for that and getting them awarded and announced. Last year, Florida had some amazing people, so it'd be great to see some of them again. And I know Iowa does it, and Michigan and Minnesota and Illinois. So, yeah.
And that is live. I know that the Toya applications and registration is live, so you can go to our website and find that.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. Busy start.
Busy times, busy times.
Yep. And North American Academy is coming up next weekend for anybody going there. That'll be exciting.
That is going to be exciting. It sounds like they have a lot of fun things planned too.
Yep. So anybody going there, good luck and have fun. Safe travels.
We'll have one of them on the call maybe with us next weekend after it's over with, and kind of let us know how it went.
Awesome.
Or next week, I guess, maybe, because they'll be at it next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll let you sign off here, IPP Tricia. Thank you for joining us on such short notice.
No problem. Well, you guys have a good evening and take care.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So Trey, do you want to talk about your area of focus and
Absolutely.
how the member relations, how that works together?
All right. Yes. So for those who have joined, because unfortunately I cannot see any updates from Facebook because I am still having an issue with the laptop. So we're playing on the phone. So I am Trey Jenkins, your MVP over member relations. Under that area is Passport, our diversity council, the chaplain, and the mind blank, membership development director Ross. So with that, you're going to see a lot from me regarding Passport. I know that I personally have received my 10th degree. It was a great honor to show up at a national meeting and get that 10th degree pin in front of all my friends, and I shouldn't say family as well because my JC family. So that was a cool experience, and I mean it's a great way with Passport to get your members engaged and also learn about the organization. It's a roadmap to understanding how our organization works. And it also can develop your leadership skills. I mean, it's a huge reason why today I sit here as an MVP because I was nervous to stand in front of a room. Now, I mean, I'm literally talking to a phone right now, but I know that there's some people out there watching me. But I'm a lot more comfortable doing this today than I was 10 years ago when I joined. So definitely look into the Passport, get your members involved. And it's like I said, it's a good way to get them active within the organization as well. One other thing, I had a great call the other night with the chair of our diversity council, as we're liking to call it, the welcome committee or welcome party, because sometimes people have like a negative like stigma with calling it a diversity council, saying like maybe that we're forcing something, but no, I mean that's the thing about this organization. It's an amazing organization, and it provides opportunities for everyone. It's not a specific to races, ethnicities, genders, any of that stuff. Everyone is welcome to develop their leadership skills, become a better person, and make a positive impact in your community. So, that's why, like I said, we want to call it like a welcome party, a welcome council, whatever works to, help eliminate any like negative stigma around diversity council, because I mean, it's a great organization. Why not? Let's help empower everybody. So, hang on one second. Sorry, I got the low power notification on my phone. So, gonna have to be charging that here in a second. Also, the chaplain. Oh, sorry, I missed that earlier. The chaplain is under member relations. Trey, get it right. And that is Nate Martin from the great state of Hawaii. I'm sure National President Justin might get a visit from Nate while he's out there as well. Nate's a wonderful guy. I think he's going to do a great thing as chaplain. And the chaplain is about, inspiring and empowering people as well. With this organization, it's a non-denominational thing. I mean, we do say faith in God. I mean, that could be any God. We're not forcing you you're not joining a cult. Like, I get some people kind of weirded out by the whole, oh my gosh, what is this? They're chanting and holding hands at the end of the meeting. Like, what is going on? But no, it's all fun. It's all love. It's about, like I said, it's about inclusion, supporting members, and, looking out for them when there are good times, bad times, things happen, So, definitely look to see a lot of things from our chaplain as far as reaching out to members when they're, the good times, the bad times, and just, being a voice of reason and an asset to help, just ask questions and answer, questions, and be available to our members, anything that they can do to help them achieve their Vision 2020. So, and then I'll tell you, Ross with membership, man, that kid's a fireball. I'm so excited to see some of the things that are going to be coming out with like incentives, different plans, things for membership. I got to serve with Ross as state president. He was actually in my MVP group, so he was just amazing then, and I am so incredibly excited to work with him next year or this year regarding anything that we can do to help develop our members, empower our members, and help them create positive change in the community. So, one other thing, we did talk. There was something about a horse race that was going on last year, and I haven't heard any of the results on that. However, I did speak with Emily, and we're looking at kind of tweaking that program. I'm not a huge horse racing fan, but I know that they do in horse racing have this thing called a Triple Crown. But as a baseball fan, I do know that the Triple Crown also, there's a tie-in with baseball, and as me loving baseball and stepping up to the plate to be an MVP in 2020, you might see some changes and some tweaks. That program is not going away. Emily did an amazing job with that last year, so we are going to get a lot of push from the 2020 exec team for some tweaks and changes, but we're going to have a lot of fun with some incentives and some fun things for our members to do and tasks throughout the year, just to, like I said, engage them, have fun, and give them opportunities to show their skills.
So are you hinting that it's not going to be a horse race? It's going to be baseball theme? Because I also am a huge baseball fan and had a baseball theme with Catch the Spirit.
I kind of am, and I might even be nice. I mean, they spent a lot of time creating team names for their horses, so we might just. But I will say, this will be an individual state-based program. So a little bit of a tweak as opposed to being in groups, they might just be individual state competitions versus groups of states. So there will be that change. But yes, they might get to keep their horse's name or create a new one because, like I said, we're going to tweak things up a little bit, but we're going to have fun. We want to continue to improve on the great programs that were introduced to us in 2019. And so, like I said, we're not getting rid of anything. We're just going to see what we can do to increase participation and, have a little horse race and maybe a Triple Crown battle, hit some home runs, some RBIs, and who knows, maybe Seabiscuit might show up again.
Well, you never know. I mean, 2019 did show to have some amazing leaders. They had an amazing year last year. We did roll out some new programs. Leadership Live was one, and it was one that I truly fell in love with. And I'm glad that Ross brought this to fruition and made it happen. And I hope that we're able to continue to have a platform. We'll see if we're able to continue to have a platform to continue this. And Emily did amazing things, and she's going to continue to do amazing things as chapter development director. And I'm just busting at the seams to find out what Ross is going to do as membership director. But
I'm excited.
Yeah,
he's going to be amazing.
Yeah, he is. I was super intimidated having to take over his role because he did such an amazing job last year. But
and he's watching us too, and we're not just saying that because we love you.
Oh, well, we shouldn't have talked so good about him if he's watching us.
Well, I couldn't tell if he's watching us. Remember, I'm on my phone, so I have no idea.
Oh.
I'm still trying to figure it out. The wife is home. She's trying to help me out. She's the technology family.
We'll find out in a few minutes. We'll find out in a few minutes. But all right. Well, it is almost 7:40. So we have kept everybody for 40 minutes. If you have stayed with us all of 40 minutes, thank you for staying with us. We are going to let everybody off, but we look forward to having more of you join us. Let's see. We do have a comment now. Individual horse race is an idea, but I suggest looking at the old blue chip program. Oh, Ross is watching the old blue chip program because it's essentially the same thing in Parade Estates program. Very good idea, Carmen. That's a very good idea. We'll save all of this in our stuff, but
I do like a little friendly competition.
Yeah, me too. That's why you and I head to head all the time. And so, hey, I got you on the last one. But anyway, we if you have any ideas for guest speakers or anything that you want to hear about on the executive team, chapter level, national level, even international level, well, I have no problem inviting somebody from the international level. hey, I'll call the international president, see if he wants to talk to us. Why not? Worst he can do is say no, right? I'll just ask him.
Absolutely. That's what we talked about earlier. You don't know unless you ask.
Right. I mean, so hey, yeah, so shoot us your ideas. Let us know. If you want to email them to me, mwilliams@jciusa.org. All right. Thanks, Trey. Thanks, everybody, for watching us. We will see y'all next week with Margot.
Good job, Mark. I'm so proud of you.